Science and technology are the essential tools that are taking India to the zenith of progress year after year. Given the importance of building scientific temperament and innovation, the National Council for Science and Technology Communication celebrates National Science Day every year on February 28th. This day commemorates the technological advancements that our country has made and the people who help stimulate scientific advancements in the country. The National Science Day is a tribute to the Nobel laureate Sir C.V. Raman for inventing the Raman effect and is organized at the Raman Auditorium in Technology Bhavan. The chief guest for this year's celebration was Honorable Union Minister for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Shri S. Jaipal Reddy. On this occasion, also present were Professor K. Vijayaraghavan, Secretary, Department of Biotechnology; Dr. B.P. Singh, Head of National Council for Science and Technology Communication; Dr. T. Ramaswamy, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology; Shri Inderjeet Singh, Joint Secretary, Administration, Ministry of Science and Technology; Ms. Anuradha Mitra, Joint Secretary and Finance Advisor to the Ministry; and Dr. D.K. Pandey of NCSTC, the Head of the National Council for Science and Technology Communication. Dr. B.P. Singh began the celebrations with his inspiring welcome speech, where he stressed on the pursuit of scientific temperament.
Friends, Department of Science and Technology, despite playing its coordination and nodal role, has also mandated to reach out to the people, ordinary citizens of this country, to impart common minimum science, to strengthen scientific temper, so that whenever need arise, they may take a well-informed decision on the events related to their life as well as related to the development of the nation. So this day is celebrating National Science Day, which is celebrating a landmark Nobel Prize winning discovery science by Sir C.V. Raman, scattering of light to sensitize the youngsters, reach out the common people that whatever is the situations, whatever is the difficulties, wherever you are, may not necessarily in the lab, still. The Indian genes, you have the basic capability to do whatever the best in the science can be done from any corner, any part of the world. Perhaps this is a day to also to remind our scientists to connect with the people for whom they toil day in and day out in the laboratories. With these words, I invite all of you in this great auspicious occasion of celebration of National Science Day.
Professor K. Vijayaraghavan, Secretary, Department of Biotechnology, also stressed on the importance of science and technology.
This occasion is actually more important to look at science in general, and what is amazing about India is the icons of early 20th century science in India, people such as J.C. Bose, C.V. Raman, Mahalanobis, Shantiswari Bhatnagar, Satyan Bose, Homi Bhabha, and so on. These people not only did extraordinary science, but they decided that their fortunate situation where their genius flowered by actually subverting the structure which the British had created, the educational system, the colonial system was created to allow a better colonial rule of India. And these great scientists subverted that system effectively to do quality world-class science. But they didn't rest there. They took that to institutional building, most of them, and built the foundations of great scientific institutions in India. Post-independence India, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, actually took this further by having a government-pushed institutional building in science and took India from a period of individuals doing great science to great institutions being built. And this was a dramatically new approach to building post-colonial countries, very different from what many other post-colonial situations developed. And India therefore stands out, despite all its huge problems which it still needs to tackle, as a situation, as a country where it can actually have the technological base and the scientific base to actually tackle these problems. In that context, our recent burst of institutional building and our recent increase in scientific funding and technology needs to use both our national capability, international collaboration, to actually push to address not only basic science from a context of defining new and interesting problems from our societies, which the world identifies as interesting questions, and our ecosystem, our health, our agriculture, and our ecology offers no shortage of such problems, and therefore Indian science can move from training people to go to the best places in the world, from addressing international problems defined by other centers of excellence, to actually defining new problems of interest to the best places in the world. So can we do that is actually a great challenge for us. The other great challenge is to use science and technology and our huge demographic bottom of young people to try and address the problems of our society. And the DST is a stunning example. Its programs, such as the Inspire program, reach out to a huge number of people and actually enable them to have all the power in their hands to transform Indian society through whatever effort science and technology can make.
Dr. T. Ramaswamy's address to the dignitaries present at the occasion.
It's a day in which we actually not just celebrate the past accomplishment of an individual, C.V. Raman, but actually pave a path for the future. And in this particular celebration process, we connect the cause of science with the entire society. And therefore, I see this as an opportunity for the scientists of this country to really deliberate among themselves as to what is it that the scientists can do to the country. And not only ask the question what the science, this country can do to the scientists, the issue that we are talking about. I'm very grateful that several of you have joined this session today. On this day, we ourselves, as the Department of Science, assumed a coordinating role and requested the national discussion to center around food security and its technology paradigm. Because for us, one of the most important contributions the scientists could do to this country is to ensure that there is adequate amount of food for the growing population in this nation. We have four issues to be recognized. Our population is growing. The proportion of arable land will decrease. We have a problem of course, water which is required for agriculture. And of course, the kind of distribution that has to come with it. I think there is an opportunity for all scientists in this country to make a resolve on this day that we will work towards finding scientific and technological solutions to this issue of food security. And I'm fairly happy that particular message has gone around the country during the Science Day celebration. I would wish all of you a great period to serve this country again, and let us all take a resolve that not only that will be good science, but we also make the science relevant to the country's needs. Thank you very much.
I would like to request our chief guest for the occasion, Honorable Women Minister for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences. She asks Shreya Reddy to kindly present the awards.
The highlight of the day is the distribution of the National Award for Science and Technology Communication for the year. Instituted in 1987, the National Awards are presented to an individual or an institution for their outstanding work in the area of science, popularization and communication, and in stimulating and encouraging scientific development. This year, the award for outstanding efforts in science and technology communication through print media, including books and magazines, went to Professor Syamal Chakravarti, who is a regular contributor to most of the science magazines published from West and Sri Gurumayun Tumba Sharma, who is a popular science writer for a weekly Sunday column of the Hope Naphem, a leading Manipuri daily. The National Award for Outstanding Efforts on Science and Technology Popularization among Children was received by People's Association of Hill Area Launchers, PAHEL, from Pithoragarh. Established in 1994, PAHEL is a socio-scientific organization of Uttarakhand dedicated to popularizing science and developing scientific temperament amongst children, students, teachers, and common masses. This year's celebration also saw the release of the book Communicating Science and Technology. Honorable Minister Sri S. Jaipal Reddy stressed that food security cannot be faced blindfolded and that there is a need to create infrastructure for agricultural science and technology.
Agricultural technologies which have experienced great improvement in India, because of which Green Revolution, Blue Revolution, White Revolution have taken place, still need to undergo a number of transformations. If the global population of 8 billion people were to be fed and their nutrition levels assured, science for food security of India is an area where relevance and excellence should be combined. It's also an area where both social and natural sciences must converge. Ladies and gentlemen, supply of arable land in the world is not large. In the case of several OECD countries, rate of increase in food demand is not large enough to cause anxiety. In case of countries like China and India, there is a definite need to examine all technology options and resolve issues as the technology policy into play. For a projected population of 1.5 billion people in 2050 in India and feed the entire population at the minimum calorie need, India would need to increase the food grain production approximately 350-400 million tons per year, with competing demands on land for other uses. The proportion of arable land is likely to decrease unless the nation is able to recover value from waste. We need breakthroughs in technology and innovative solutions. Let me make a call for concerted effort among all scientists in the country. I request you to make a resolve that together all of you would work towards science for food security on the National Science Day 2030. This is the day on which we need to rededicate ourselves to this elementary task. This might call for high and basic research in agronomy, soil, modifications of living organisms whose applications of scientific tools have become a physical and technical reality. There is worldwide debate as to whether genetically modified crops could be gainfully exploited without the risk of adversely affecting the biodiversity of the planet Earth. Questions arise also as to whether they would be safe as a part of the food chain of human beings. By selecting the theme of National Science Day, the Ministry has attempted to trigger discussions and debates within society on the pros and cons of GM crops. Public understanding the pros and cons of technologies which are likely to bring about revolutionary changes is of utmost importance. Civil society choices should always flow from rigorous scientific insight into matters of technology selection, especially if they have some risk perception. Science communication in these areas is crucial. Scientifically credible information must be openly shared and discussed in this end. There is little room for emotional debates on subjects where scientifically backed evidence can be gathered. Such perception societies are best addressed through open dialogues and fair-minded inter-stakeholder communications. On this National Science Day, let me urge the scientific community to prepare a roadmap for all credible and emerging technologies. Food security is too serious a matter for being left to any one group of stakeholders. And the objectivity of science seems to be the only way out. Let me hope that we will all collectively deliver on these challenges before the country. Thank you very much. I wish all of you good luck.
Dr. D.K. Pandey, who ended the ceremony with his vote of thanks, where he talked about the importance of National Science Day in raising awareness and nurturing scientific curiosity.
National Science Day celebration each year brings the scientific fraternity, science communicators, and the policymakers to accept the challenges before the nation and prioritizing the problem faced by nation to mitigate them scientifically. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate all the awardees and hope that they will continue framing scientific activities, keeping in view the interests of local people. I would like to begin the vote of thanks by expressing heartfelt gratitude towards our Honorable Union Minister of Science and Technology and Sciences, Shri Jayapal Reddy ji, who spared his valuable time despite of today's the budget day, his busy schedule to grace this occasion. Honorable Minister is always a constant source of inspiration ever since he joined this ministry, and we all sincerely hope that his revered guidance and the agenda set before the science and technology to continue to enlighten us, and I assure you that we will fulfill all these things in the future. The vote of thanks would not be complete without wholeheartedly thanking Dr. T. Ramasamy, Secretary of this department, under whose leadership this department is continuously making valuable contribution to the field of science and technology. In this occasion, I also express my sincere thanks to all scientific departments, including Department of Biotechnology, Earth Sciences, ISRO, Department of Atomic Energy, ICAR, ICMR, CSIR, MHRD, UGC, Prasar Bharati, and various scientific laboratories who are celebrating National Science Day with great enthusiasm. I express my thanks to all state science and technology councils and departments who are celebrating National Science Day and activities built around the focal theme, that is food security, technological paradigms, in their respective states, region, district, taluka and block. I also express my sincere thanks to media persons, electronic and print both, and Electron Media Production Center, IGNU, and Avilasa Films, who covered the entire program to facilitate its telecast to Gyan Darshan and Doordarshan. I express my sincere thanks to delegates from CS countries who witnessed this celebration, National Science Day, with very enthusiasm and interest. I thank you, sir. I express my sincere thanks to selection committee who screened highly competent science communicators for this prestigious Science Communication Award on behalf of NCSTC, and thankful to the finance as well as the administrative wing of this department. Without their cooperation and support, it was not possible to make this event successful. Last, not the least, I express my thanks to my all colleagues in the department, in the division, who work day and night, and also I thank Dr. Bhanu Pratap Singh, who is our head. It is the result of his relentless efforts, and this program has been a successful event. Before concluding my vote of thanks, I would like to recite one of the couplet in Sanskrit. I will translate into English also. Sarvesham Smriti Bhuvarta, Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May auspiciousness be unite all, may peace be unite all, may fullness be unto all, may prosperity be unto all, may all be happy. Thank you very much.
The scientific community continues to promote science and technology in the country, and their ventures have made us proud every time. Through their contribution, Indian innovators have helped nurture scientific curiosity in the common man's mind. As another National Science Day came to a close, they realized how science has become an indispensable part of our everyday life. We salute their achievements and look forward to another year of great scientific achievement.